Mr. Clerk, my party, everybody in this room today, swore to take an oath to uphold the Constitution. I believe we all take that oath very seriously. An issue arose today whereby, as a constitutional issue, a question was raised as to voting members in terms of electing the Speaker of the Maine House of Representatives. As a constitutional issue, our caucus believes that there are 151 members that are entitled to vote the Speaker of the House. None of the Maine rules, where I read in regards to representation of the tribes in this body, I do not see language whereby they are permitted to vote in that process. And so we have come to a point where our caucus is confident and wants to move forward in a process that preserves the Constitution. And because we think that that is so important, at this point in time, I would like to move that my name be withdrawn as a candidate for the Speaker of the Maine House of Representatives.
The Chair understands the representative from Newport, Representative Fredette, withdraws his name from the nomination for Speaker of the House. Is this the pleasure of the House? Let's vote. Mr. Clerk. The Chair recognizes the representative from Newport, Representative Fredette.
Mr. Clerk, in regards to this issue going forward, our caucus believes it's very important that we have clarity on this issue for future purposes. And so we believe that this is an issue which should be referred to the Rules Committee to be determined in the process going forward. I've spoken to Representative Eves, and he agrees as well that this is an issue that should be referred to, discussed, and decided by the Rules Committee. At this point in time, I would move that one ballot be placed for Mark Eves as Speaker of the Maine House of Representatives. And Mr. Clerk, I would move that that motion be decided by a roll call.
The Chair understands the representative from Newport, Representative Fredette, moves that one ballot be cast for Mark W. Eves for Speaker of the House. He further moves that for roll call. The representative from Newport, Representative Fredette, has requested a roll call. In order for the Chair to order a roll call, unless that the expressed desire of 1/5 of the members present. All those desiring a roll call, please provide in the usual manner. A sufficient number having requested a roll call is in order. The pending question. Any questions? Any questions? The motion of Representative from Newport, Representative Fredette, that one ballot be cast for Speaker of the House. Is the House ready for the question? All those in favor will vote yes. All those who oppose will vote no. Clerk will open the vote. Sergeant Arms will secure the chamber. Clerk. Chair recognizes the representative from Turner, Representative Timberlake, and asks for what reason the member arises.
For clarity, please. Are we voting on roll call, or are we voting whether we're casting one vote?
There is a roll call in order on casting one vote. If you're in favor of casting one vote, you will vote yes. All those opposed will vote no.
Thank you.
The Chair will inquire how the representative-elect from North Berwick wishes to be recorded. Yay. The representative will be recorded as yay.
front door. Okay, it's not lit up on my desk.
We will make a note of it and fix it post-haste. Have all now voted? The chair will close the vote. Vote for running calls, the chair will announce the vote. 113 having voted affirmative, 36 in the negative, the motion prevails. Will the members of the committee to receive, sort, and count votes for the position of Speaker of the House, please come forward and cast one ballot. Maine legislature. I, Mark W. Eves.
I, Mark W. Eves.
Do swear.
Do swear.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And of this state.
And of this state.
So long as I shall continue a citizen thereof.
So long as I.
So long as I shall continue a citizen thereof.
So long as I shall continue a citizen thereof.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, Mark W. Eves.
I, Mark W. Eves.
Do swear.
Do swear.
That I will faithfully discharge.
That I will faithfully discharge.
To the best of my abilities.
To the best of my abilities.
The duties incumbent on me as Speaker of the House.
The duties incumbent on me as Speaker of the House.
The 127th Legislature.
And the 127th Legislature.
Of the State of Maine.
Of the State of Maine.
According to the Constitution.
According to the Constitution.
And the laws of the state.
And the laws of the state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
This afternoon, and welcome all the members of the 127th Maine Legislature, families, and guests. Pursuant to House Rule 201, it is my honor and privilege to address the House. First of all, congratulations on all of your victories. Election day is behind us, and now is the time to govern. I stand before you humbled to be elected as the 101st and 102nd Speaker of the Maine House of Representatives. And it is a good thing that we've had a couple years to practice this. Lots of mistakes have been made, some ballots broken, but I think we're better prepared for it. As I look across the chamber today, I see many new and familiar faces, and it's great to see some of the old hats back for both parties. We have the return of the legendary John Martin of Eagle Lake, Representative Representative Hogan of Old Orchard Beach, Representative Bryant of Wyndham, Representative Babbage of Kennebunk, Representative Martin of Sinclair, Representative Austin of Gray, Representative Bickford of Auburn, Representative Sherman of Hutchinson, Representative Superth of Appleton, and even more. And for those members who served last term, you may remember Jim Campbell and where he sat. And I got a new seat for Jim. He's right down front, as close as I can get him. And in my closing remarks of the 126th legislature, I made reference to Representative Campbell always making me nervous when he rose to speak. And Representative Campbell, you still make me nervous, but at least I have you closer, and I love you. In all seriousness, in this room today, we do have the best of Maine. We have nurses, small business owners, doctors, veterans, firefighters, and yes, even some lawyers. We have 46 women, over 30 veterans, 13 educators, 3 farmers, 10 healthcare professionals, and 19 business people. We have 53 new members who have never served before. To all of you, I encourage you to develop relationships with each other, to learn from each other. In those relationships and those bonds that are forged, that will keep you at the table, even when you want to walk away. And if you come into my office, and I hope that you will, and I hope that all of you will, either for a cup of coffee or a deep conversation, you'll find a picture of Representative Fredette and his family from his Christmas card on my desk. And I keep it there as a reminder that while we don't always see eye to eye, we are both here for the same reason. We both have children and families and neighbors, and we both want to see the best for Maine and its people. And I've made countless friends across the aisle. I've been so fortunate to call Representative Carol McAfee of Caribou a close friend. While she and I are from opposite parties and opposite parts of the state, we have always found a way to work together. Thank you, Carol. I've also found, I don't know if you consider it friendship or not, but a camaraderie with a nearly back row back there. Representative Timberlake, Representative Russell, Representative Crane. They chide me often during late nights with no notes and loud conversations. I found that a kind word from the other side of the aisle can really go a long way. I want to thank you, Representative Reed. I keep your note in my desk drawer, and it meant a great deal to me. I also would be remiss if I didn't thank my leadership team. Representative Jeff McCabe of Skowhegan, down here in the blue tie. I couldn't do it without you. You were like a brother and true friend to me. You insult me and encourage me, all in the same breath. Thank you. And then we have Representative Gideon. You are an inspiring speaker with many talents, including the gift of persuasion, savvy, and smarts. You truly are the balance that Representative McCabe and I desperately need. And it's wonderful to have strong women leaders this session on both aisles. Republicans have made the good choice of electing Representative Ellie Espling of New Gloucester as Assistant Minority Leader, and as a father of 2 young girls. I'm thrilled to see more women running for office and serving in strong leadership roles. Representative Fredette, I'm grateful to have you as a leader and as a partner to work with. Each and every one of us, regardless of party affiliation and most likely against the good judgment of our better halves, took time away from our family, our jobs, and all the hopes of improving the lives of our neighbors. While we have traveled different roads to get here, and we carry with us different expertise and experiences, we are all linked by a desire to make Maine a better place. This belief, the idea that we can make a difference, is what ties us together. And I'm so proud to stand with you. As the youngest of 7 children, I've had to learn to play well with others, listen and pay attention, and most importantly, that good things do come to those who wait. All skills that come in handy as Speaker of the House. My 91-year-old father is an ordained minister who served both in the Army and the U.S. Air Force, beginning in World War II as a member of the greatest generation. My mother taught school, ran our house, raised kids. And as a kid, I've watched my parents stretch a dollar. I've listened to my mom tell the stories of the family's early lives of powdered milk and peanut butter, of treating us to pizza on Friday night, but having to cut it into 24 pieces so we could each have more than 2 pieces. I was the youngest, I don't remember all this, but she swears it's true. We didn't have a lot of money growing up, but my parents gave us the tools we needed to succeed. They taught my brothers, sister, and I that when you pull together and you work together, we can all do better. My mother and father gave me my values and instilled in me the work ethic that guides me as a father, as a husband, and as Speaker of the House. And like you, I'm sure, I'm so proud of the family that I grew up with and the family that I've made. They have shaped who I am and how I lead. My brother Daniel works for Hussey Seating, one of the oldest family-owned businesses in Maine. My sister Elizabeth owns her own small business. My oldest brother Arthur worked for Business Week for over 20 years until the Great Recession hit, when he's laid off with so many others. And like many other laid off workers, he had to go back, learn a new trade. Now he teaches high school science. My brother Alan owned and operated the Garden of Eves, a nursery and landscape business, for over 30 years. My brother Jim served in the U.S. Navy for over 20. And my brother David worked his way up from sweeping floors to banging nails to framers to working for general contractors, and now is the president of his own development and construction company. I'm extremely proud of all of my family members and those that are here today, including your children. Please rise and accept the greetings of the House. Has given me the confidence, and the courage, and the unwavering support that keeps me headed in the right direction. Laura, 14 years ago, we fell in love, studying for exams and drinking coffee. And at that time, we knew life was going to be good. It was going to be special. We were going to do it together. But we had no idea that it would end up here. Our 3 children, Elena, Lucas, and Naomi, they're the light of the world and the reason we do what we do. You're an amazing mother, my best friend, and the rock of our family. I literally couldn't do it without you, and I wouldn't even try. I would like you and the kids to please stand and be recognized by the House. the best decision I ever made, choosing Maine as the place to start our family was a close second. It's hard not to fall in love with this great state. We have so much to offer the nation and the world. Our incredible coastlines, forests, and waterways are unmatched. Our farmers and fishermen are putting our state on the map for our local food economy. Close-knit communities come together to support each other just like they did this last week during the Thanksgiving Day storm. It's truly the way life should be. Our small businesses are driving innovation and remaking our economy, while our schools are graduating some of the best trained workers in the country. Our scientists at Jackson Laboratory are working to cure cancer and make Maine an international leader in biomedicine. Our shipyards, from Kittery to Bath, build the U.S. Navy's most advanced submarines and destroyers. Our lobsters, the best in the world. Our blueberries are second to none, and the people are the pride of our state. And in my town of North Berwick, our workers at Pratt & Whitney build the engines for the U.S. military fighter jets. And right down the road at York County Community College, the state has partnered with Pratt & Whitney to train the workforce for the future for good-paying jobs at the local manufacturing facility. We have so much to be proud of, and we have so much opportunity to grow our state and to build on our advantages. Yet right now, Maine does face many challenges. Our economy is not producing enough jobs, our wages are stagnant, and we have the oldest population in the country. While the nation and New England have recovered more than 100% of the jobs in the recession, Maine's only recovered 58%. If we were creating jobs at the same rate as our New England neighbors, we would have created 16,000 additional jobs today. I want you to think about that. That's 1,000 new jobs for each and every Maine county. Think about what that would do for Somerset County, or Franklin County, or Aroostook County, or Washington County. 1,000 jobs per county. Many people are working more than one job to make ends meet. Our mills are closing, our workers in towns across our state are scared. And not too long ago, being middle class and being able to take a vacation, being able to send your kids to college, and put something away for your retirement. And now, for too many Maine families, a good year means not losing your job, barely keeping enough oil in the tank, and being able to pay most of your bills. Middle-class families don't know what their future holds, but they know it can and should be better. They also know in life there's no guarantees. But I think we can all agree that working full-time and being responsible should provide a level of security that is currently out of reach for many Maine families. If you take the risk to start a small business, your success should be determined by your acumen, your work ethic, and the demand for your product, not the whims of unregulated banks hundreds of miles away. If you go earn a degree, you shouldn't be saddled with debt before you even land your first job. If you get sick, you should be able to go to the doctor without facing a mountain of medical bills. If you work hard your whole life, you deserve a secure retirement. You should be able to stay in the community where you raised a generation. This is the American dream, and this is the promise of a middle class. This is what Maine's future should look like. And this is our challenge. As lawmakers entrusted by the people of Maine, the onus is on all of us to help restore that promise. And we must come together. It's up to us to help close the Maine jobs gap and create an economy that powers our future. And I believe I have an incredible amount of optimism. I really do. I think we can do this. All the opportunity is right here in our great state. Maine must be leading, not lagging. We must put jobs first. We face a significant jobs gap, and this is not a Republican jobs gap. This is not a Democratic jobs gap. This is a jobs gap. And the solutions will not come from one party alone. We must have a jobs-first agenda. We must set ideology aside and work together to grow our economy. In fact, I'll be frank, all of us, including myself, We all have a conscious choice to make. Will we work together and put jobs first, or will we choose gridlock? We can choose the gridlock that's left the middle class behind, or we can make an honest effort to put jobs first. We can choose the obstruction that has left the people of our state and nation angry, or we can put jobs first. I hope you'll join me in rejecting gridlock. Join me in putting jobs first. Now is the time to stand up and lead. We cannot allow the partisan battles of the past to dictate our future. We cannot allow progress to be deterred by petty politics. People are counting on us, and we are the people's house, and we must do the people's work. Regardless of which corner of the state you come from, each and every one of us has been sent here to be the voice of our neighbors and our community. From Kittery to Fort Kent to Lovell to Lubec, we have collectively knocked on thousands of doors and spoken to hundreds of our neighbors. We've listened to their stories, we've heard their struggles, and many of us have shared their hopes and fears. By now, you've probably spoken with a senior who's struggling to keep up with rising property taxes or the cost of heating oil on a fixed income. Too many seniors have been forced to choose between putting food on the table or filling a prescription bottle. And in my hometown, I think of long-term resident senior Pat Seed. I've gotten to know Pat over the years while serving our community and the legislature. Her family lives far away and isn't around to help. Some days, dinner for Pat is literally a can of tuna fish and mashed potatoes. Pat's worked hard her whole life. She's given back to the community, but in her retirement, she faces financial struggles she could never have possibly foreseen. And I think about Pat, and I think about her a lot. I also think about Molly Nason and her sister Ella and her parents Beth and Steve. Beth is a high school guidance director, and Steve is a freelance videographer. They provide the best life for their kids, but they know there are no guarantees. And Molly helped out in my campaign. She worked hard, even at the age of 9, because she and her parents believed that they could count on me to support the schools, fight for the families, and try to create a better future. She showed up on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 to load the signs in her car, take the corner of Elm and Wells Street, North Berwick. Many of us sat at the kitchen table with a mother and a father, working hard to make ends meet, just trying to save a little at the end of the month. As candidates knocking on doors, many of us have listened to the worries of the business owners who are working day and night to stay in the black, meet payroll, and grow jobs, or the mill worker who punched a clock for 30 years and who now needs to go back to school to learn a new trade. We each have our own Molly, Ella, Beth, Steve, our own Pat. These are the stories of our communities. These are the faces we must remember. You must remember. I must remember when we take our first vote and we take our last vote. When you hit green or red, when you testify on a bill, in a public hearing, or a work session, these are the people that you are fighting for. They don't care, quite frankly, about party label or ideology. They want results, they want action, they want change, they want a better future. They want us to put aside politics and work together to put jobs first. My message to you today is to take your 2 years here in the State House and put jobs first. Put your constituents first. Set party politics aside and remember your roots and your community. We are a part-time legislature. We are nurses. We are doctors. We are police officers, firefighters, and small business owners who came to make a difference. We can, and I'm entirely optimistic that we will, if we work together. Thank you for this opportunity and this great honor today.